Hi guys, now it's time for us to begin chapter 18. Of course, this is not actually any different of what we've done already, so don't worry about it. We are just gonna keep on working with the same proportions method we had been working with for the last 2 weeks, okay? So don't worry about it. Now I'm just going to do a few exercises from the lesson that are going to give you a guide in case you get a little bit stuck, which I don't think is going to happen, but just in case, all right? And then I'm just going to work on one word problem, just for you to be able to read it properly, all right? Let's work on exercise number 14. Exercise number 14 asks you to get 23.5% of 48. Now, as I was telling you, it's all about building proportions again and working with cross product for sure. How are we going to build the proportion? Well, think about the percent. Now remember, every percent can be written as a fraction, right? Or a ratio. So we can just say 23.5 over 100. That would be the fraction that is going to be equivalent to the percent. And then we're just going to build the proportion. Now, if 100 is a total and 23.5 is a portion, then we know the total here is going to be 48. Okay? So here we talk about totals. And here we talk about parts or portions. Alright? That easy. And then, of course, the part we don't know is going to be called x. Of course, we need to do cross product, so it's gonna be 23.5 times 48, and that's gonna be 100x. And this multiplication, I can just get 1,128, and then that's gonna be equal 100 x, and I'm just gonna divide into 100, right? And it's just a matter of moving the decimal point, remember that. So it's gonna be once and twice, so we know it's gonna be 11.28 is gonna be equals to x. So that's it. Now we're gonna work with exercise number 16. Exercise number 16, again, is trying to find a decimal percent. I'm using decimal percents because they're probably what are going to get you a little bit confused. With whole or integer percent, I don't think you're going to have any trouble. So I'm just going to build the ratio or the fraction that is equivalent to the percent, and then I know the totals are going to go down. So here the total is 112, and I know x is going to be the unknown. I got to find, right? And so 4.4 times 112 is going to be equal to 100x. And I'm sure, let me check because I did it. It's going to be 492.8. It's going to be my answer. And then I'm just going to divide into 100 to get the value of x, which of course here we're going to get x alone. Right? We isolate it finally, and then I'm just going to move the point twice to the left. So I know it's going to be 492.8. And this is going to be my answer right now. Okay? How about we need to find percentages that are actually greater than 100? How do we solve them? Same thing. Now we're just having an improper fraction, right? Instead of having a proper fraction, we're having an improper fraction. Why? Because we're having just a percentage that is greater than 100. Of course, my totals are gonna go down here, and then this is my x. So 115 times 200 equals 100x. And of course, I just need to multiply that, which is gonna be 23,000, and then I'm just gonna divide by 100. Now I know you guys have shortcuts, I just wanted to do it all, just in case some of you don't remember or don't accurately get the answers, all right? And then I can just cancel the zeros out, and I know it's gonna be 230, okay? Now let's work on one problem. I'll be working on problem 36. Problem 36 says Bill has 40 postcards from Mexico. He bought 20% of the cards at collector shows, 60% at outline auctions. The rest were gifts from friends. How many postcards were gifts? So this is the information for problem 36. We have 40 postcards from Mexico, which we know 20% are gotten at the collector shows, 65% are gotten at the online auctions, and then there's a next amount of postcards which are going to be gifts from friends, right? Now we need to figure that out. I mean, how are we going to find out that number? Well, my idea, which is not the only possible answer or method, you can just go ahead and work on yours. Just make sure you get the same answer. It's to add the initial percents. That's going to be 85%. So I know he got 85% of the postcards somewhere else, right? So I'm going to find that. And so I'm gonna say 85%, it's gonna be how much out of 40, right? And so we know that is gonna be 85 times 40 divided in 100 is gonna be X, of course. And we know, I already did all the math, so the video shorter is actually 34. So what I'm going to do now is that the gifts he got were actually equivalent to 40 minus 34. So I know I'm having 6 postcards as gifts. See? So this is my answer right here. I know he got 6 postcards as a gift. That's it. Now, you probably thought about subtracting 100 from 100 minus 85 and then get the 15%. That also works. Okay? I'll see you for lesson 18.2, which is just as easy as this one.